Good morning, children. Previously, we have seen under 8th standard economics agriculture chapter, we have seen what is agriculture and which factors actually influence agriculture and the different methods of agriculture based on the availability of land. Now we are going to see the division of agriculture, that is methods of agriculture, types of agriculture, particularly based on the objectives of cultivation. Based on the availability of agriculture is different. Based on the objectives of cultivation, agriculture is of different types. What are those? Subsistence agriculture, commercial agriculture, plantation agriculture, extensive commercial grain farming, mixed farming, dairy farming, Mediterranean type of agriculture. So in that way we have got different types of agriculture, and in this class we are going to see few types among them. In that, the first one you have to understand the first important subsistence agriculture. What is subsistence agriculture? Again, in this subsistence agriculture you see two types, that is primitive subsistence and intensive subsistence. First of all, you have to understand what is subsistence agriculture. In case of subsistence agriculture, generally this type of agriculture is practiced where you find the people are poor. Generally, where the people are poor, in such areas you can observe the cultivation, you can observe the method of subsistence method of agriculture. Generally, in such places the farms are very small. At the same time, you find high density of population. So you have to find two important features here. The first important one, people are poor one side, and other side there is high density of population. Because of that, just in order to meet their needs, generally they adopt this method of agriculture. We have to understand these important features. And one more important thing, they grow different types of crops to meet their own needs. Particularly the grain, whatever they actually grow, that grain is used for self-consumption. Whenever they meet their self-consumption, they try to sell the remaining in the market, and they use more manpower, and particularly the family members only will help in order to carry all the agricultural activities, that is what harvesting, transplanting, and also sowing seeds. All these works are, all these activities are carried by the family members only. So this type of agriculture is called subsistence agriculture. So here basically you have to observe one important thing. Subsistence agriculture is practiced where the density of population is high, where the people are poor, where the farms are small, where generally the farmers actually grow all types of crops particularly to meet their self consumption. So that what you have to observe in case of subsistence agriculture. In this subsistence agriculture, again you have to find two important types again, primitive subsistence and intensive subsistence. In case of primitive subsistence, the primitive subsistence is also called shifting agriculture. Why it is called so? Because whenever they clean certain area, particularly by using the slash and burn method, they clean the vegetation, they cut the trees, they cut the plants, and after cutting that by using the slash and burn method, slash and burn method nothing but just clearing certain area. After cleaning certain area, they burn all the plants and trees. Again, they make that piece of land for doing agriculture. That is what slash and burn method. And after few years, whenever that soil loses its fertility, they may shift to other area. That's why it is called shifting cultivation, shifting agriculture. And this type of agriculture particularly you can find in the tropics. Tropics means what? Particularly, if you observe this as a globe, between tropics means that is 0 degrees Celsius, 23.5 degree north and 23.5 degree south. This area is called tropics. Tropics means before, that is between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. In such areas you observe the primitive subsistence agriculture, and few years they do such type of agriculture. Generally such type of agriculture is practiced by tribal population, particularly the population, the people who live in the forest areas. And in this type of agriculture, lands are very small and even they use primitive tools, not modern tools. What are primitive tools? Primitive tools means very old tools. Just take sickle, just to cut plants. They don't use machinery. Understood? So just they use very old tools. Just now I told the example. Sickle. Sickle means you know. Do you know sickle means? This is sickle. So they use this to cut the plants. They don't use the machinery. And one more important thing you have to observe, whenever they go for such type of cultivation, generally what are the important results means, in this agriculture, two important drawbacks we see, disadvantages we see. This leads to soil erosion. What is soil erosion? That is washing away of the fine and fertile layer of the soil. That is called soil erosion. So this type of agriculture leads to soil erosion and also biodiversity, lossing of biodiversity, and also deforestation. Biodiversity means what? You may not find different kinds of plants if the people go on cutting the trees, plants. You may not find the animals which actually depend on such habitation. They may die. So there is a great damage to the biodiversity. At the same time, deforestation. That is, what is deforestation? That is if a large area of the forest area is cleared off, that is called deforestation. Indiscriminate cutting of trees is called deforestation. So this type of agriculture leads to these three important things. Remember, soil erosion, biodiversity and deforestation. And the soil erosion, biodiversity and deforestation are the results of this type of agriculture. And one more important thing you have to observe, that this type of agriculture is called June cultivation in Northeast India. What it is called in Northeast India? June cultivation. And Kainji in Philippines, and Milpa in Central America, and Ladang in Indonesia, and Saidin in Africa. So in this way you can find different parts of different names for this type of agriculture. Understood? Now coming to the intensive subsistence agriculture. So in intensive subsistence agriculture, the land holdings are very small, and how in subsistence agriculture, primitive subsistence agriculture, they use more labor. Here also large number of laborers are used, and particularly this type of agriculture is practiced in Asia, and where there is large density of population. And one more important thing, the land holdings are small. Already I told you that which is the important, that is which is predominant crop grown in this type of agriculture means rice, and other types of crops also grown like sugarcane, millets, corn. Those also grown in this type of agriculture. And here particularly farmers, with the help of family members, they do this type of agriculture. And in this type of agriculture, the yield per hectare is high, yield per person is low. Yield per hectare is high, yield per person is low because of the small size land holdings. So that you have to understand in case of intensive subsistence agriculture. I hope you understood. Now coming to the commercial agriculture. So what is commercial? Commercial means, the general meaning of commercial means whatever the work you do by keeping profit in your mind, that is called commercial. So here commercial agriculture means generally all the crops are grown based on market orientation. Market oriented crops only grown under commercial agriculture. That means the crops which may get more prices, The grain which may get more price in the market, such type of grain, such type of crops only grown in this market oriented, in this commercial agriculture. For example, if a farmer has 5 acres of land, the farmer may go for the crops which may have more prices in the market. He may not go for paddy. Why? Because paddy may earn less price. It may get less price in the market. So, in order to earn the incomes very fast, in order to get more incomes, the farmers grow for only such crops. Such agriculture is called commercial agriculture, and particularly those crops are grown for and those are sold to the wholesalers as well as retailers. And generally, in order to have more and more productivity, more and more yielding, farmers with high yielding varieties and chemical fertilizers, pesticides they use in this type of agriculture. Understood? So basically you have to understand what is commercial agriculture means. The agriculture what we do by keeping market in our mind, by keeping high prices in our mind, by keeping more profits in our mind. Such type of agriculture is called commercial agriculture. Now let us see the last important, one more important topic in today's session, that the plantation agriculture. What is plantation agriculture? Particularly in case of plantation agriculture, what we observe here, this type of plantation agriculture was introduced by colonial rulers. Who are colonial rulers? Who actually ruled before 1947? Who are those? Particularly the English, French, Dutch. So all these Portuguese, these are the important people who ruled us. So this plantation agriculture was introduced by these colonial rulers only, particularly in their colonies, in their tropical colonies. Of course, India was also a colony for the British and even for other European countries. Basically, it was a classic colony for British. Why? Because they only ruled more years by defeating other important Europeans, particularly French, Dutch, and also Portuguese. So this was introduced. This plantation agriculture was introduced by whom? By the colonial rulers. And example for plantation agriculture was tea, coffee, rubber, cocoa, and sugar cane. These are the examples for plantation agriculture. And in this plantation agriculture, you see a single crop is grown in a large area, vast area. What is the important feature of plantation agriculture? A single crop is grown in large area. Such type of agriculture is called plantation agriculture. And in this agriculture, one more important thing you have to find. Here we require large investment, more money we require, and also we require migrant labor. Migrant labor means sometimes the labor which is available in that area is not sufficient to carry all the agricultural activities, so we have to get some labor from other areas. Just take simple example, that is Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh, the states where you find large growing of sugar cane. So all the farmers used to get more labor from other states like Bihar and other, West Bengal, like that. Even Maharashtra, where sugarcane is grown more, and they get labor from other areas. So in case of plantation agriculture, we see more migrant labor, and single crop is grown in large area. And one more important thing we require, and this whatever is grown under the plantation, that is used as a raw material in so many industries. Just take one example, sugarcane. Sugarcane is used as a raw material in sugar industry. Tea, in tea industry. Coffee industry. Cocoa and chocolate industry. And rubber industry. All these are used a primary raw material in industries, and so many industries depend on these raw materials. Understood? So today in our economics session, you learn what is subsistence agriculture, what is commercial agriculture, what is plantation agriculture, and remaining we will see in the next class. Thank you.